bad they haven't made like a second one. You assume I know how to do that. Hi, Isabel. I didn't know that you were awake. I peeked in, it looked like you were sleeping. Your brother is like sawing logs in there. He's out of the way. What? No way. Oh, it just says removes content, copyright, flaggable. They didn't know there was a safe mode. Gosh, what happens when you're not in safe mode?
Steal your data.
Maybe. I mean, the game volume isn't really gonna matter shortly. It's just like while the music is playing. But there, do you think, is that good? There's nothing in the gallery. Nothing in minigames. Okay, so we want the top one. Unlocked it. What do I need to unlock? Call someone if you're thinking about them. They probably want to hear from you. I don't know about that. Alright, so we went to the cookout. We talked to all the dads. We came home. Passed out. Amanda went out. And she's just now coming home. Long after curfew. Amanda opens the door and shuffles in. Finally she's back home. I'm glad she's okay. Sup? Sweetie, thank God you're safe.
Ugh.
Oh, I'm cute. I forgot. Yep. But now that I know she's okay, I'm really mad. Why didn't you answer my texts? Amanda pulls her phone out of her pocket. Oh, whoops. Guess I didn't see those. She starts to walk to her room. Amanda Ann. Whoa, we're pulling out the middle name now? Amanda, you came home an hour and a half after your curfew, and you didn't respond to any of my texts. You really freaked me out. I was about to call the cops. Oh, God, yeah, that would be cute. Dad, you're seriously overreacting. You're not going to be like this when I go off to school, are you? I don't like your attitude. I have a right to be concerned, or I was scared. All three. But we'll go with either 2 or 3. What do you think, 2 or 3? Three might sound a little bit too wishy-washy. I don't like your attitude. You want to go at her like aggressive. Alright. You can't talk to me like that. Are you serious? Stop treating me like I'm a child. And stop acting like one. I told you to check in with me and you didn't. How am I supposed to trust you to make good choices when you move out if you can't even check in with me? I sit down on the couch and put my head in my hands. I feel very tired all of a sudden. You really scared me. Just please don't do that again. Alright, I'm gonna go to bed now. Amanda closes the door to her room and I head to mine. Jeez. As I'm falling asleep, one thing she said keeps echoing in my mind. You're not gonna be like this when I go off to school, are you? 10 times worse. I definitely didn't sleep well last night. I brew some strong coffee and make some scrambled eggs for Amanda as a peace offering. She eventually wanders into the kitchen. Hey, I thought about what you said last night. I should have texted you. I said I was gonna do it and I didn't. I honestly just didn't even think about it. I'm really sorry, Pops. I won't do it again. Well, I'm sorry for freaking out on you. I trust you to make good choices or good. You think so? Maybe it's just aesthetically they're prettier than scrambled eggs. 3? Damn! Glad you're not my dad. Actually, my dad's worse. Way worse. Alright. Want some eggs? You know it. Sprinkle some cheese on them? Already did. Bless you. Amanda scarfs down the eggs in the time it takes me to wash the pan. Alright, I'm off to school. Smell you later. I don't know any 18-year-old girls that would say that. Wait, one more thing before you go. What? What's Dad Book? Ugh. Oh, I forgot about Dad Book. It's a social media platform. Wait. What? What's a social media platform? Dad, I have to go to school. Come on, Amanda. I'm an old man. I can't put together a Dad Book profile on my own. Alright, I'll help you sound interesting on the internet. Amanda spends the next couple minutes setting up my profile on Dad Book, which, as it turns out, is a place where dads can get together and talk about fatherhood. Alright, Pops, we gotta fill out your profile. Let's get some likes and dislikes. Oh Lord, on a Friday night you're most likely to. Polish and sort my coin collection. Netflix and grill, baby. Fall asleep watching the History Channel. Torment my children with dad puns. Sink into blissful oblivion. Sleep. I mean, I might fall asleep watching something, but it wouldn't be the History Channel. Sorry, all men out there. Okay. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? My trusty grill, the lost shaker of salt, Castaway on DVD for instructional purposes, a boat, obviously. I don't need anything. My survival skills have trained me for this day. Oh God, I don't know what it is with men and the fucking History Channel, or history in general. All of you. Hmm. The Lost Shaker of Salt and Castaway on DVD are cute, but neither of them would make sense without additional items. So I'm gonna go with a boat, obviously. Or I don't know. This is like a dating profile. Well, you know what? I'm still gonna go with a boat. What are your turn-ons? Oh my. Strong dad arms. Tennis shoes with long white socks. A well-manicured lawn. Street smarts. Top-tier grillmanship. Are comfortable with crying. Strong dad arms. What did you want to be when you grew up? Technical writer for manuals and instructionals, a salty boat captain, a pro skater who is also an astronaut, a good father, the president of space. If this is semi-representative of my own personality, I'm going to go with a good father because I had no other aspirations other than to be the cliche mother. What's your favorite movie genre? War documentaries. Sean Connery's entire filmography. Anything on Laserdisc. Romantic comedies. Whatever will make me cry. Old comedies that haven't aged well. None. I know, right? It was probably like, I probably should have done like the president of space or a pro skater that's also an astronaut because, yeah, if you're talking about what you wanted to be when you grow up, if you're like talking to a young child. What do they mean by Laserdisc? Do they just mean like CDs? Or DVDs. Hmm. Old comedies that haven't aged well? What's your ideal date? It wasn't just the 70s, was it? I remember it being something that was too expensive for anybody to actually have. Yeah, exactly. Okay, ideal date. Napping together, doing a 1,000 piece puzzle together, eating a healthy dinner at 4 p.m., trying to geocache but getting hopelessly lost, arson, or being emotionally vulnerable. Geocaching is fun, but I think now that I listen to so many like true crime and murder podcasts, I don't think I would ever do it again. But it is fun. I really want to try that Randonautica app, but I'm terrified that I would find something horrible. Oh wow. So people will hide like I mean, they can be any size. They can be small, they can be large, but people will basically hide these boxes or containers that have whatever in them. Um, it's usually like small trinket type things. You can actually buy like special coins and like trackable items to put in there, but most people just put like trinket stuff like party favors, or sometimes it's just like a little log for you to sign your name and like the date that you were there. Um, there was one that I remember hearing about that I guess had DVDs in it, but basically they're these containers that people hide, and then you go on the app and you get like the coordinates to locate them. I don't know, it's kind of a boring explanation, but it's more fun than it sounds. You're like hunting for treasure. Hmm. What do you never leave home without? A sensible cardigan, my sick vape, my book of word jumbles and a pen, a cool knife, my cripplingly low self-esteem. I frequently forget my phone, keys, and wallet at home, sometimes. Of course, we have to go with my sick vape, although this is gonna get us like zero. Zero. My sick vape and my cripplingly low self-esteem. They should let you pick two. I spend a lot of time thinking about conspiracy theories, how proud I am of my child, potential ends of the world, if I'll ever be able to love myself as much as I love my grow, when I can next get a cup of coffee, or lawnmower modifications. Some of these things are lost on me because I'm not a man. Profile complete.
Huh.
See, that wasn't so bad. Yeah, that was actually kind of fun. I could totally spend all day on here just looking at people's profiles. Gross, sorry if I burp. You should message one of them. Or more than one of them. All of these dads seem pretty interesting. Okay, I promise I'll make some friends. Amanda gives me a hug. Go get him, Dad.
Welcome.
Always try to make others
You've
around you
got
happy.
dads.
Ooh. Dad, Manda. Hi, Gustavo. It's me, your dear old friend from way back in the day, Dad, Manda. I'm delighted to see you've signed up for Dad Book. They've recently added this exciting new messenger service, so you may find yourself receiving messages from other dads like myself. Take care not to miss them. Amanda, is that you? What are you doing on Dad Book? Why, Gustavo, I never. We've known each other since business school. How could you possibly confuse me for your amazing and talented and easy to buy things for daughter? Though I am, of course, flattered. You should buy Amanda more things. Amanda, you know I didn't go to business school. I barely even managed to get my degree. Wait. No. Wow. I didn't say that. You never heard that. This is gold. I was a great student, I swear. I graduated at the top of my class because I worked hard and ate all my vegetables. Totally holding on to this for later. Wait, do you even remember what I majored in? I declined to comment. Cool. Can we just look at their profiles? Craig Kahn, dad of 3, business entrepreneur and fitness enthusiast. Juggling work, family, and fitness is a tough gig, but somebody's got to do it. On a Friday night, you are most likely to get one last good cardio session in. If you had one thing to take with you to a desert island, a box of energy bars. What are your turn-ons? A sub 6-minute mile. What did you want to be when you grew up? Beer pong world champion. Favorite movie genre? Buddy cop movies. Ideal date? Scaling a huge dangerous mountain. An extra tube of energy gel. My mile time used to be so good. What happened? Have I peaked? Oh, Craig. Let's see. Matt. Avid music enthusiast, passionate coffee drinker. You can find me most days selling bean juice over at the Coffee Spoon or hanging out at the park with my amazing daughter. Hit me up about 80s no-wave music. See, I think I like Matt's whole personality. Perfect my cold brew setup, one drip at a time. If you had one thing to take with you, fine tunes to pass the days. What are your turn-ons? Multi-instrumentalism. That's a big word. What did you want to be when you grew up? A barista, weirdly enough. I've been one of those. Shit with subtitles. Ideal date? We go to the animal shelter and seriously consider adopting a cat. Aww. I might have to change my decisions here. What do you never leave home without? My headphones, both in-ear and over-ear, just in case. Spent a lot of time thinking about where did writing commas into song titles come from and where did it go? Did we all just agree that it's a bad idea? Okay, we're gonna look at this one just for shits and giggles. Hey, I'm Brian. I spend most of my days hanging out with my awesome daughter and thinking of new ways to grill things. If you like fishing, then we'll get along. On a Friday night, you're most likely to see just how slowly I can cook a piece of brisket. Oh, this is Poppy's daddy here. If you had one thing to take with you on a desert island, his fishing pole. What are your turn-ons? A keen understanding of steak cuts. What did you want to be when you grew up? A fireman? Favorite movie? Romantic comedies. Ideal date? Deck building. But you never leave home without my portable fishing pole. I spend a lot of time thinking about how my daughter is smarter than I am. When the internet gains sentience and decides to destroy us all, you know it'll use this information against us, right? Make a deal in an alleyway, have it go badly. Who's the cop? Was it Giacomo? I trusted Giacomo. If you had one thing to take with you on a desert island, what would it be? A gun? What are your turn-ons? Don't talk to me. Oh. What did you want to be when you grew up? A grifter? What's your favorite movie genre? Italian neorealism? Grave robbing? Why do you never leave the house without? At least 4 knives. I spend a lot of time thinking about, you ever really look into a rabid animal's eyes? I have issues. Damien Blood March. He has the coolest name. How do you do? I finally decided to join this information superhighway. I'm not entirely sure how this works, but I'll try my best to understand. I love long strolls through graveyards and spending time with my son. If you would ever like to chat about the latest in Victorian fashion, the inevitability of our own demise, or black cats, please send me a letter. On a Friday night, you're most likely to listen to true crime podcasts while I taxidermy my newest specimens. Oh, you lost me at taxidermy, but I was right there with you. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? A coffin. What are your turn-ons? Pronouncing bosom correctly. What did you want to be when you grow up? A bat? What's your favorite movie genre? Foreign art house horror? Okay, I have to go with Damien. What's your ideal date? It's night. We are at an industrial dark wave club in Berlin. The music drums to the beat of our hearts. What do you never leave home without? An upside down cross. I spend a lot of time thinking about mortality salience. Excuse me, I need to Google. That's an odd statement. Yeah, if you could combine like badass and kind of scary with like dark and romantic, then we'd be good. Hugo Vega. He has a cool name too. Middle school teacher, high school teacher, writer of scholarly articles on 18th century literature for various esteemed publications. If you're on here to tell me that my son put a cherry bomb in your trash, I know and I'm sorry. It's cute. On Friday night, you're most likely to brew some strong tea and paint my miniatures. One thing to take with you, Remembrance of Things Past by Marcel Proust. What are your turn-ons? Muscles. What did you want to be when you grew up? A movie star. Favorite movie genre? Documentaries on art history. Ideal date. Each of us read a different book on opposite sides of the couch in comfortable silence. What do you never leave home without? My glasses. Actually, I forget them at home a lot. I spend a lot of time thinking about. I worry that people who are against e-readers are more in love with the idea of books than actually reading them. You know, I googled it and I'm still not real sure. When you say like mortality salience. Joseph. Voted Maple Bay's #1 youth minister for 5 years running, living in my hometown with my beautiful wife and our 4 amazing kids. If I'm not in church, you can catch me out on the open water, setting sail on the seas of adventure. I love playing guitar and crushing my kids at Candyland. On Friday night, lead the community in a fun mixer. One thing on a desert island, my 6th string. What are your oh, for God's sakes. My loving wife. What did you want to be when you grew up? A ship captain. Favorite movie genre? Feel good movies. Ideal date? Lovely night on the town with my wife. You know, if he weren't secretly into men, it would be very sweet. What do you never leave home without? The Good Book. I spend a lot of time thinking about how I can be a better man, husband, and father. Alright, what now? I think we have to message one. Who should we message? He's so in the closet. He has to be. He wouldn't be in this game if he weren't. Me pick? I don't know what to pick. Oh, God. Alright, I'll just do it. I should have picked someone else. It's okay to cry if you're feeling sad. Have you ever read Rich Dad, Poor Dad? Robert was pretty nice, a little odd, but nice, and ruggedly handsome. We should hang out. I type out a message to him on Dad Book. Hey Robert, good seeing you again at the cookout. Wanna grab a drink? I sit there for a couple seconds, hoping he'll message me back. Thank God it typed out the message, because if I had to say something... Hey, it says that he read my message. I anxiously wait for a response. Twiddle my thumbs, watch cat videos on the internet. I start down a rabbit hole of cat videos and Robert quickly vanishes from my mind. I didn't realize how long I've been doing this, but by the time I watch maybe my 30th cat video, Robert pops back into my head. I jump back over to Dad Book to see if he's responded yet. Whoa! Nothing. Well, I guess the guy's busy. Might as well make the best of my day. I'm feeling very defeated right now. I get up, walk to the living room, and then sit down and turn on the TV. Story of my life. History Channel, Food Channel, Game Show, Food Channel. Ooh, Meat Hell is on. You have 10 minutes to cook a 5-course meal that must include these ingredients: steak, lemon meringue pie, paper clips, and a hammer. If you're unable to finish cooking, or if any of these ingredients are absent from the dish, we will release the wolves. Oh my god. I'm not kidding. Please help us. I lose several hours to whatever the hell that was. Sighing, I get up and walk around the house. My stomach grumbles. Time for lunch, huh? Well, I guess it's time for old Chef Santier's to cook a gourmet delicacy. I walk over to the refrigerator and open the door. Make a sandwich, microwave some eggs, mustard jar. We're not microwaving eggs, so we'll make a sandwich. I make a sandwich in its entirety while standing there. Who needs plates? The Standwich, a lost art. I admire my work for a second before I clumsily drop the entire thing on the floor. Sounds like me? No! I look around and remember that Amanda's not home. This is still good. 5-second rule, right? I reassemble my sandwich, peeling pickles off the floor and putting them back where they belong, in my mouth. Wait, I'm a wreck. I finish my snack and walk around the house some more, bored. When's Amanda coming home? Oh, I just remembered something. When we were packing up the old house, we found an old basketball hoop that would hang off of a door. It would really bring the living room together. I wonder where I put that. I spend a couple minutes poking around the new place until I find it. After installing it above one of the doors in the living room, I'm ready to dunk. Their living room really looks too much like mine. Come on and slam. I take a leap from the free throw line and rocket that sucker down the net. The crowd goes wild. And welcome to the jam. I pull up from the three-point line, breaking ankles and sinking a fadeaway. And I forgot the rest of the words to the song. No look behind the back hook shot. Everyone's on their feet. Something something Space Jam. Dad? I turn around to see Amanda standing in the doorway. Her eyes are a little puffy, almost as if she's been crying. Hey, Amanda Panda, you alright?
I'm fine.
What are you doing? I, found the hoop, and I'm taking it to the hole. Pass me the rock. Laser the ball to Amanda. Granny toss that apple. Put up a brick. We're gonna granny toss it. I lead the league in blocks, set the record for rebounds in my rookie year. Think you can handle this? What's a rebound? Oh, when somebody misses a shot and the other players try to retrieve it. That's,
Yes.
Just kidding. Amanda zigzags past me and tips a layup into the hoop. Art of war, bitches. Amanda, language. Sun Tzu didn't care about language. I'd argue that Sun Tzu cared very much about language, so once you write something as timeless as the art of war, then you're allowed to swear. Amanda sticks out her tongue and dunks for another 2 points. Seriously though, are you okay? You look like you've been crying. Okay, so you never point that out. Oh, dude, I'm cool. I just saw, like, this really cute dog on the way home, and it let me pet its belly. I couldn't contain my emotions. Are you sure that's all you're upset about? You have to tell me what's actually wrong. Tell me more about this dog. I think I'm gonna go with the first one. Aw, she likes it. If there's, anything going on, I just want you to know that I'm here for you, and I'll always be here for you. Whether you need a shoulder to cry on or a strong dad to go kick someone's butt, I'm only a phone call away. Thanks, Popsicle. I appreciate that. But I'm fine. Really. I'm unconvinced, but I'll stop badgering her about it. I'm sure she'll tell me when she's ready. Oh, okay. Just making sure. Maybe you should be less concerned with my face and more concerned with full court press. Amanda and I played ball for a little longer, then we cooked dinner together. We managed to not almost burn down the house this time. Afterward, Amanda and I dig into a carton of ice cream over an episode of Chopped Toddler Tournament. Toddler. What you have in front of you is a molecularly deconstructed sweet potato with a brown sugar demi-glace with creme fraiche, of course. Judge, this is literally a jar of baby food. The toddler immediately bursts into tears. Are we bad people for watching this? Yes. Just then, my computer dings. Huh? What's that? Oh, you probably just got a message. Amanda and I walk over to the computer and check Dad Book. It's a message from Robert. I'm not interested anymore. Oh. You know what? I quit. I completely quit. I can't remember if I took these already or not. Well, if I take 2 more and I get sick, oh well. Broadcasting this is just like immortalizing my bad taste. Alright, give me a second before we jump into this riveting conversation. Yeah, but it's just the turmeric. I don't think it'll kill me. Okay, you up? What are you doing? What does that mean? What you doing? What am I doing? You're just chilling. I'm just chilling. I'm watching television with my daughter, just working on. It'll make you look cooler. Couple moments pass by, another message pops up.
Yeah.
Wanna grab a drink? Hey, that means he wants to hang out. I know what that means, Amanda. But it's kinda late. But it's kinda late.
Ah.
Come on, Pops, live a little. I am living with ice cream and traumatized toddlers. Well, it's your life, but I think you'd have a lot of fun tonight. You're trying to get to know the neighbors better, aren't you? Ugh, fine. I type back a message to Robert asking him for details, and he tells me to meet him at Jim and Kim's. Well, don't wait up for me. I never do. I throw on a nice jacket and run out the door. It's only a short walk to Jim and Kim's, and it's a beautiful night. Did you feed them this morning? Okay. I don't know if maybe Lear's hungry. I walk into the bar and see the usual crowd of barflies drinking beer and watching sports. I spot Robert at the back of the bar and wave hi as I walk over. Hey man, how's it going? Hey buddy. Ahoy there, Skipper. Fucking Mary. Robert and Mary are here? Uh-oh.
Huh.
I brought Mary along. Figured we needed a drinking buddy. Oh man, I was excited to get to know Robert a little better. Now I have to deal with this weird married lady making passes at me.
Come on.
Don't look so scared, kiddo. We're just having a drink. Yeah, speaking of which, I think it's time for the first round. What are you having? Beer, something tropical, or whiskey straight up. We know he likes whiskey, but do we want to order what he likes just because he likes it? Or do we pick what we want? What do you mean, cheese? I'm a sheep. A dad after my own heart, huh? Yeah, well, I didn't get any hearts. Oh, there we go. Robert orders 3 shots of whiskey and passes them between us. Well, this wasn't how I expected my night to be going.
Hey.
Here's to bad decisions and relaxed moral values, fellas. What have I gotten myself into? We all knock back the shots. I almost choke on the whiskey as it burns down my throat. Holy hell, that was a kick. I look over at Robert and Mary, who seem like old pros at this. Robert grabs his jacket and throws it on. Let's get marching. What?
Oh.
The night's young, Chief. Come on, we're bar hopping. Oh. Alright. We leave the bar and start walking down the street. I still don't know this area of town very well, so I just follow Robert. So, where are we headed?
Oh.
Irish I were drinking. It's an Irish pub. A good pun is the whiskey to my heart.
Come on.
Puns are the lowest form of humor, Gustavo. Try harder. She needs to go. Ouch. Am I going to be the butt of the joke all night? Jesus, Mary, put your fangs away for a second. We walk into Irish I were drinking. So hard to say. The bar is pretty much the same as Jim and Kim's except for the old-timey Irish memorabilia on the wall. Next round, what are you having? Whiskey hasn't failed me yet. Beer might be good. Do they make fruity Irish cocktails? Robert orders 3 more glasses of whiskey, and we post up in a garish green booth. Mary slides in and sidles up to Robert, which makes me breathe a sigh of relief. Let's sip this one, why don't we?
Hey.
Suit yourself. Mary immediately downs her shot in one gulp and burps loudly.
Hey.
That'll put hair on your chest. You are truly the paragon of grace and beauty. Mary grabs my drink and sips on it. Hey! Gustavo, be a dear and get us another round, will ya? I don't know how to process this evening at all. I get up and order another round of drinks from the bartender. As I head back, I see Mary and Robert having a lively conversation. Robert roars with laughter. I don't think I've ever seen the guy smile, let alone laugh. I take a seat across the booth from them and pass out the drinks. So Edith's kid snuck some pot brownies onto the table at the last bake sale, right? And I spot that little hemp sweatshirted gremlin in the act, so I go up to Edith with the baggie and I'm about to tell her when all of a sudden she just freaks out at me. You're ruining the bake sale, she says. I should have been PTA president. Your roots are bad and blah blah blah. So what'd you do? I told her to have a brownie and that everything was going to be fine. They both erupt in laughter. I politely follow along with the story. She ate 3. More laughter. Okay, that was actually pretty funny.
Hey.
She called the cops and told them that time had stopped. Mary looks directly at me. Do you smoke weed? What?
Hey.
You know, the devil's lettuce. I have 2 big fat blunts in my purse right now. Want a blaze? What? No. I am a law-abiding citizen. You with the feds. I worked hard for what I have, and no 2-bit corner boy is gonna drop the dime on me. So you take what you're pushing somewhere else, and I'll keep running my business the way I want it run. What? Remember, you come with the king, you best not miss. Jesus, kid, dial it back. Robert giggles helplessly.
Hey.
I'm just kidding, cowboy. Lay off the kid, Mary. He might not be used to your brand of humor. Fine, fine.
Hey.
We sit around and sip our drinks, people watching and cracking jokes. After a little bit of time, I begin to warm up to Mary. Her jokes become much funnier and much less scary. But it seems like she's not going anywhere anytime soon. I just wanted some alone time with Robert. I wonder if I can get her to leave somehow. Isn't Joseph wondering where you are? Lots of edible? Where is my mind? Lots of eligible bachelors around here, huh? Could you get the next round? We won't bring up her husband. Because that'll seem like we're trying to get rid of her. You trying to ditch me, pal? Damn right. No. Because if you're trying to ditch me, you can just tell me to scram. No, it's fine. Gustavo wants alone time with his new best buddy, Robert. Read you loud and clear. The wingman breaks formation to pursue their prey. Now, if you fellas will excuse me, Mary needs to sink her teeth into a helpless boy. Damn, Mary. Go with God. Nice seeing you. Deuces, nerds. Mary gets up and saunters over to a younger-looking guy at the bar. She grows on you. Does she, though? I feel like she kind of delights in making men suffer. Well, she does. But what about her and Joseph? What about them? You know, they're married, and she definitely tried to get in my pants the other night, and I gestured to her across the bar where she's making cuckoo eyes at that young guy from before. He looks like he's being held hostage. Oh, that's just a thing she does. She's harmless. Tell that to the boy she's hanging off of. Poor kid looks like he's seen war. Robert lets out a hearty laugh. Hey, I got him to laugh. Oh man, you know, I pegged you for one of those straight-laced types. Oh, don't worry, I got pretty wild back in my day. Still got a little wild in you? Mary's something. You know it. There's so much wild in me. I have a child I need to care for. I get so wild, I've got a whole safari in here, just really wild, all the time. Uh-huh. What? No! Robert orders a couple more rounds of shots. I gulp. What am I getting myself into? Think you can go shot for shot? There's only one way to look cool here. I grab the shot closest to me and down it. Robert looks impressed. He takes his shot and knocks it back. That's one. So, what do I even talk about? He's so cool, and he probably hates small talk. So how are things? I hate small talk. Okay. Too many people, and this isn't necessarily you, but too many people think that they have to fill the dead air with noise. Personally, I think they're afraid of the silence, or they're afraid of what the other person is going to think of the silence. If you want some unsolicited advice, just learn to be comfortable with silence. Nothing wrong with two people sitting in silence and drinking whiskey. Oh, alright. Robert and I sit in silence and drink whiskey. I take in the rest of the bar. Patrons laughing, playing darts, spilling beer, Mary giving the hard sell to that young man, the young man pretending he got a phone call from one of his friends. Maybe silence is nice sometimes. So, you ever kill a man? I choke on my drink. Excuse me? You know, watch the life drain from someone's eyes. It's not just their life, you know, it's their hopes and dreams draining away. Every memory and experience they've ever had, gone. No? Great, me neither. Robert knocks back his shot and motions for me to do the same. I reciprocate. I'm just messing with you. Relax. I laugh nervously. Or am I? I laugh nervously again. We sip more whiskey and people watch some more. Mary has her sights set on another man after the one excused himself to the bathroom and, I assume, crawled out of the window. Gosh, this whiskey's hitting me hard. You betcha. Gets up out of the booth shouldering his jacket. Let's roll. Sorry, whiskey. Inside voices. Let's roll. Wait, what about Mary? Brother, Mary's gonna be just fine. I look over at Mary, who's lying on the bar in front of some poor sap. She's singing happy birthday to him while he insists that it's not his birthday. We make our way out of the bar and back onto the street. I'm trying my hardest not to stumble, but man, that sidewalk is just coming right at me. I hope Robert doesn't notice me tripping over my own feet like this is the first time I've ever been drunk. Where to? You'll see. This date is not going well. I follow Robert through the street lamp spotlights until we eventually arrive at a rundown strip mall. There's a beauty salon, a sex shop, a computer repair store that looks like it's been closed for 10 years, and finally, a liquor store. Wait here. I'll be right back. After a minute, Robert returns with 2 wine bottles in brown paper bags. He hands one to me. Cheers. He sits on the curb and drinks. He motions for me to do the same. This is really not where I expected the night to go. I take a sip. You want me to move over? Yep. Come on up. I'll move the pillow. You good? Alright. White Zinfandel? What? Nothing. I just wasn't expecting. It is delicious, fruity, and refreshing. Don't judge me. I start to say something, think of his lecture about valuing silence earlier, and stop. I sip on my wine and watch cars drive by. Let's throw rocks at shit. Ooh. Robert suddenly hurls a rock at a stop sign. The ding echoes throughout the empty parking lot. That felt good. He presses a stone into my free hand. Now you try. I don't know. With feeling. I look at the rock in my hand and look at the stop sign. Back at the rock. Back at the stop sign. I know what has to be done. I hurl the rock at the sign. It sails over the stop sign right into the window of a parked car, leaving a crack.
Really?
Dude, run. I leap up and dart into the nearest alley, wine in hand. I can hear Robert's footsteps behind me. After I'm sure I'm far enough away from the cracked window that I am no longer culpable for this heinous crime, I stop to catch my breath. Maybe we strike rock throwing from the to-do list. Agreed. Suddenly my stomach growls. Oh man, I am starving. Let's get pizza. I can't argue with that. Where's good around here? Actually, I don't even care if it's good. It just needs to be edible and in my mouth in the next 5 minutes. I know just the place. I follow Robert through a maze of alleys and side streets until we eventually end up in front of a tiny, hole-in-the-wall pizza joint. The bright red neon sign reads, Pete's Piece of Pizza. I can see a few exhausted-looking workers behind the counter tossing dough and pulling piping hot pizzas right out of stone ovens. My stomach rumbles again. We go up to the counter and get ready to order. Can I get 2 slices of Hawaiian pizza? Oh wait, Gustavo, you're cool with pineapple on your pizza, right? We wait a minute for our pizza to come out of the oven. I'm practically drooling at the smell. The cashier hands us a giant slice on a paper plate so saturated with grease that I'm worried it will fall apart. We take our pizzas outside and wander through the alleyways as we eat. I take a bite. It's absolutely delicious. Pineapple is truly the best pizza topping. You said it. Man, I feel way better now. You and me both. We hear noise coming out of a slightly ajar door in the alleyway. Robert looks at me excitedly. Got any more of that wild in ya? I don't think. It didn't go well last time. Which one should we pick? Not 3. 1 or 2. Okay. Robert and I slide the door open and peek inside. It's completely dark except for some flickering light. We slowly creep forward, cautious not to be heard or seen. Shh. Don't shush me so loud. Shh. We come to the end of the hallway and find ourselves standing in front of a movie screen. Oh, this suddenly makes sense. Did we really just sneak into a movie theater like a couple of teenagers? No talking during the movie. We look into the audience and are surprised to find that it's almost completely empty, save for a row of a few teenagers in the front. They look annoyed when they notice us. Robert starts making his way to the very back of the theater and I follow him. We settle in with our wines and try to make sense of this movie. It's a romantic comedy, I think. A young man is frantically trying to get through New York to find the woman that he's finally realized he's in love with. Kiss already. There's nobody to kiss yet. You want him to kiss the taxi driver? Hell yeah. The kids down the way notice us heckling. One of them speaks up. Hey man, keep it down. Oh damn, that's Ernest Hemingway. You goes, kid. Ernest. Hey Ernest, I know you. It's me, your neighbor. Hi. Ernest turns back around, embarrassed. I turn back to Robert. He kiss anyone yet? It turns out that yes, he did kiss someone. He made his way out to a tiny island near New York to profess his love for a woman who for some reason he knew would be there. She tells him that they hit the jackpot. He said they had, but I think there was some subtext I'm missing here. Boo, love is dead. Shut up, it's beautiful. No, you shut up, Ernest grumbles. The credits start to roll. I stand up. Robert immediately pulls me back down. Hundreds of people worked very hard to make this film happen, and you're going to sit here and appreciate them. Okay. Look at that. Elizabeth Shelton. She worked really hard. I bet she did lots of good wardrobe design. Thank you, Elizabeth Shelton, for this beautiful film-going experience. And Peter Anders, catering. Fed a bunch of people so that they could have the energy to do their jobs. What a guy. We let the credits roll while Robert individually thanks every member of the crew. Once it's finally over and he makes sure no animals were harmed in the making of this film, we leave the movie theater. We stumble into the theater parking lot, polishing off the rest of our wine. Hey, assholes. Out of nowhere, a rock flies through the air and hits me on the knee. My knee? What the hell? Ernest and his friends stand in the alleyway, blocking our exit. Oh, what do you guys want? Why'd you go and throw a rock at my knee? This is my good knee. My orthopedist is gonna be pissed. Ernest tosses another rock up and down in his hands. What's wrong with this kid? You ruined my theater-going experience. Now you have to pay. Oh, well, I don't have any cash on me right now, and, movies got really expensive. Ernest hucks another rock at my other knee. I'm able to jump out of the way, but I didn't properly stretch before physical activity, and I'm probably going to feel super sore in the morning. We ruined it for you? That movie was pretty crappy in the first place. Hey, you take that back. That was a beautiful love story with really genuine acting. You call that good acting? What classicist mainstream slop have you been served your entire life? What?
Whoa.
Have you ever even seen any Michael Powell? A Matter of Life and Death, 1946, easily the toughest 5 minutes of love you'll ever witness. Listen, man. No, you listen. That popcorn-ass drivel the mass media is shoving down your throat will only make you dumber and sadder. You of all people should strive for a higher standard in the art you consume. Your name is Ernest Hemingway, for Christ's sakes. Oh no, now you've done it. Ernest rushes Robert, screaming like a banshee. I dive between Ernest and Robert, trying to stop the kid. He lunges forward, kicking me as hard as he can in the knee. Fuck my knee.
Excuse me?
Robert gets in between Ernest and myself. It's as if he's seeing red. Fuck my fucking knee.
How dare you?
Alright, buddy. Talk like punk, get hit like a punk. Robert squares up into a boxer's stance. Queensbury rules. 3-minute rounds with 1 minute rest in between. No low blows, fish hooks, grabs, or high blows. What? And don't even think about pulling an illegal turnstile. That's an automatic deduction of 3 points. You'll have to designate a second if you're unable to fulfill your role as main duelist. One of your friends over there looks like he has enough youthful vivacity to handle it. Hey man, I don't want to get dragged into this. That movie sucked. It's too late. You two are bloodbound. If he dies, you die. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Talk to Queensbury. We're just gonna go. Ernest and his friends warily back away. Robert calls after them. The Queensbury Association will hear about this and consume better content. Once the teens are safely out of earshot, Robert turns to me. Were you about to actually fight that kid? Are you kidding me? I'd never hit a child. That would be despicable. You throw the rules at him, though. They always bolt. Nobody wants a Queensbury-sanctioned throwdown. But full disclosure, I made half of that up. Wow. See, you don't even have to know the rules. You just make them up. Come on, let's get out of here. Robert and I cool down a bit as we walk back to the neighborhood. I'm so sorry, I get really into the art of filmmaking when I drink. It's okay, I think it's cool how much you like movies. To be honest, I don't know a lot about them myself. I got so much to show you. You ever seen any Sam Fuller? I haven't. Fuller is cash. Thanks for defending my honor. Thanks for the dinner and a movie. Thanks for the adventure. Mir. You're so noisy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with 3. I mean, I'm probably gonna pick the wrong thing. Aww. Bert throws an arm around my shoulder and we drunkenly belt out tunes all the way back. We finally get to his doorstep. This was an interesting night. I liked it. A smile forms on his cheeks, a rare sight. Let's hang again soon, yeah? Yeah. I linger there for a second, swaying drunkenly in the night breeze. Robert claps me on the shoulder. Night, bud. Robert heads back inside and I stumble my way back home. Date complete. Oh
You're a straight shot.
no. Is that good? What's the highest I can get? Drink plenty of water. That is a good tip. While I'm doing my afternoon word jumbles, I hear the mail truck pull through the cul-de-sac. I wonder if we got any coupons today. The nice mail person slides a couple letters in a large yellow envelope through the slot. It takes a couple of tries for them to get it in. Hey, my coupons. I take a closer look at the large yellow envelope. I lightly knock on Amanda's door. She probably has headphones on. Amanda? She yells through the door. What? I have something for you. I'm kinda busy right now. Can you come back later? Okay, just thought you'd want this big old envelope we got from HIA.
Yeah.
Immediately, Amanda pushes her door open. Horn Institute for the Arts? I mean, if you're busy, I can come back. Father, please. I hand her the envelope, which she tears open with her teeth. It's probably bad for your teeth. She doesn't seem to hear me and spits out a piece of envelope. She pulls out a letter and unfolds it. And? The suspense is killing me. This is her dream school. Amanda's face is unreadable. I can't believe this. Oh, honey, it's okay if you didn't. I got in. Oh. Amanda tosses the letter aside and gives me a big hug. Congrats, sweetie. That's amazing. I'm so proud of you. She pulls away and looks at the letter again. Oh my god, I really can't believe I got in. Well, of course you got in. You're a great student. You nailed that interview and your photography is incredible.
Oh.
Wait, Dad. I know this one's really expensive and it's so far away. I think for a moment. HIA was one of the more expensive schools that Amanda applied to, but I know she's had her heart set on it for the longest time. It'll be tough, but we're gonna make it work. Really? Of course. Amanda hugs me again. Thanks, Dad. Okay, sweetie, we're celebrating tonight. Dinner, your choice, wherever you want. Wherever? Amanda and I walk along the bayside, tearing into our foil-wrapped burritos from a nearby food truck. You could have chosen anywhere in Maple Bay. Cost was not a determining factor. Please, Dad, you know I'm a simple gal. Just give me a Rito with a view. I can't say I'm mad. Amanda and I sit on a patch of grass and watch ships sail lazily through the bay.
Yeah.
And the dorms are right near a bunch of cafes, and there are all these galleries nearby, and there's a discount if you bring your student ID, and... Amanda, slow down. You're gonna choke on your burrito. I know, I'm just excited. Did I mention that students get their own studio space once they're seniors? And we get all the professional photo editing software for free? I'm hogging all the cats? Where's Oliver? Is he down there? I can't see him. It's probably just because Lear's next to me. Oliver. idea. I'm sorry, Lear. I said the evil one's name. He smelled terrible when he first jumped up here. Stop hogging all the cats. I didn't mean to. I didn't even know the second one was near me. And the one sitting next to me smells, so she can have him if she wants him. Oh, see, he's mad now. He's leaving. There you go. You can have Lear. Could give him some catnip or some treats. That'll get Oliver's attention too. Yep, there he goes. Oliver just can't stand it if anybody else is getting attention or food. It's nice to see Amanda so enthusiastic about HIA, but I wish she wouldn't do it in between bites of her burrito. I thought I taught her to chew with her mouth closed. I wonder who my roommate's gonna be. You take a survey online and they match you with someone with a similar major and interests. I bet we're gonna be best friends. Craig and I were. A good roommate can be a lifelong friend. But don't even get me started on bad roommates. Oh no. I'm just kidding. We didn't have a bad roommate. Our only other roommate was a puppy that Craig brought home one night. We spent a semester fabricating a story about our new foreign exchange student who had a really bad cough. It sounded exactly like a dog's bark. Carl ruled. Oh, they let you have animals in dorms if you get a note saying you need one. I bet I could forge one. I think I'd get a rabbit, or maybe a snake, or maybe both. Would the snake eat a rabbit, though? Oh boy, I think I'll leave all that up to you. She's so excited. I don't want to disappoint her, but I need to be real for a second. So, you know I had that talk with Mr. Vega. He didn't tell you about the dumpster fire, did he? What? No. I don't want to put a damper on the good news, but I need you to knock it out of the park these last few months of school, okay? If you really want to go to Horns, we need that scholarship money. I know you can do it. Okay. I promise I'll try harder. I pat her on the back. I think you can handle a 14-hour drive to come home for the holidays? There's going to be some treacherous ice roads to cross. And don't even get me started on the paranormal occurrences. Well, it'll be worth it if I get to see you. My eyes immediately well up with tears. Oh, Dad, don't cry. Sorry, I'm just very, very proud of you. You're all grown up now and you're such a good person, and I hope you know how important you are to me. Dad, stop. You're gonna make me cry too. It's too late, honey. It's happening. Dad, I can't get tears in my burrito. It's gonna make it taste sad. I pull Amanda in for a hug and kiss her on the forehead. Love you, kiddo. Love you too, Pops. Grow your own vegetables.
Welcome.
It's cheaper, I think.
You got dads.
Oh, I got a message from Craig. See, the game wants you, I think, to end up with Craig. Since you have history. Let's see what Craig has to say. I don't know if I can make it through another whole date. It takes a long time. Hey, buddy, so I have a favor to ask. Robert invited me over for dinner? And I know it's kind of a faux pas to invite another bro, but I've known the guy for years and I still can't get a good read on him, and I know it's going to be super awkward if I go by myself. Will you please come with me? What does the eggs in a frying pan emoji mean? I don't know if I like this. I love food. I especially love food that's free. And I don't know why you're so sweaty over cooking, but sure. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Thank you. I really hope that's a sweat of relief. Eat that dinner. Solo from Kids Show, I missed it. It doesn't sound too bad. I could definitely go for free food, but why is Craig being so apprehensive? Does he know something about Robert that I don't? I hurry up and reply before my dad brain can work itself into a paranoia spiral. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Thank you. Craig's waiting on my porch, bottle of wine in hand.
Bro!
Gustavo, boy, am I glad to see you. Likewise, man. Classy of you to bring wine. Oh, it's not wine. It's sparkling apple cider. Robert literally has a wine cellar, so I think he's good. Wow. Or at least I think he has a wine cellar. I'm genuinely unsure if he was telling the truth or not. I can never tell with him. Thank God it's not just me. I never know. He's so deadpan about everything. I usually just laugh it off, but man, that guy's an enigma. We start walking over to Robert's house. Does Robert even know how to cook? I have sincere doubts about whether he even knows how to shave properly or iron his shirts. I feel like you learn to cook after you learn those two first.
Nice!
One time I saw him grab a hot dog from a trash can.
Oh.
I mean, it was at the very top of the trash can, like sitting above it, but still. If he were on trial, I think the jury would define that as in the trash. In his defense, I've definitely considered grabbing food from the top of the trash before. Well, yeah, I think we've all considered it, but the difference is that Robert actually did it. True. Maybe he's the enlightened one. Maybe we're holding ourselves back.
Oh.
Scheme is not making me feel good about my choices. We arrive at Robert's house and ring the doorbell, but the doorbell won't chime. Must be broken. Craig knocks on the door a few times. Since when does Robert have a dog? I don't know. That's weird. I can hear Robert just inside. 1 second. This is uncharted territory, Gustavo. What if he's the one making barking noises and there is no dog? Don't say that. We're not even inside yet. Finally, the door opens. Robert looks a little surprised to see me. Gustavo, didn't know you'd be tagging
I
along.
don't know.
Did Craig not tell Robert I was coming? Come on, Craig. I can leave if there's not. No, it's fine. Come on in. We entered Robert's living room, which is surprisingly really nice. Super messy, but still nice. Make yourselves at home. We can still hear barking from the other room. I didn't know you have a dog. Oh yeah, that's Betsy. Have to put her up when guests are over. She'll calm down in a bit. What kind of dog is she? Pitbull. Rescued her from a dog fighting ring a few years back. She hates strangers. If I let her out right now, I would probably have to take you both to the ER. Craig and I make eye contact. He raises an eyebrow at me. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Anyways, dinner should be ready in a minute. Hope you guys like ossobuco. Robert leaves the room, presumably to go to the kitchen. Craig leans in and whispers, "Was the dogfighting thing real, or was he kidding?" "I don't know."
Hey.
"What's ossobuco?" "I don't know."
Hmm.
"Did he make up that word?" Until I have ossobuco in front of me, we can only assume so. We sit in silence for a second, taking in Robert's living room. Are we about to get sawed?
Nice.
Nah. Usually you wake up in those situations. We voluntarily walked into this one. Ugh. Considering how much I like food, you'd think I'd know off the top of my head, but I don't. A specialty of Lombard cuisine of cross-cut veal shanks braised with vegetables, white wine, and broth. It's often garnished with gremolata and traditionally served with either risotto, alla Milanese, or polenta, depending on the regional variation. It's fancy food.
Hmm.
Robert finally walks into the room carrying 3 paper plates of steaming food like a waiter. I don't have a dining table. Don't trust them, so we're eating
Hey.
here. And I don't have real people plates. Hope that's okay. Robert sets plates in front of us on the coffee table. I still can't tell what it is. Looks like meat. Maybe. Lots of sauce. I can make out some vegetables. I think that might be rice, but it could also be pasta. Guess there's only one way to find out. I take a bite.
Hey.
Oh my god. I take another bite. The medley of flavors in this dish is amazing. The meat is so tender, and the risotto, I think that's what it is so creamy. Robert, this is really incredible. You cooked this? I fished it out of a dumpster behind a restaurant, or at least I think it was a restaurant.
Bro.
Can you believe people just throw this stuff away? I almost
I...
gag. I'm kidding. I look over at Craig, who looks wary, but still has his mouth full. He gives Robert a thumbs up. Glad you like it. Where did you learn how to cook like this? Worked at a restaurant in Spain for a hot second. Is he messing with us? I clicked that too fast. You lived in Spain? After I dropped out of college, I went backpacking through Europe, crashing on couches, sleeping in hostels, wherever. Totally broke. Worked a couple of odd jobs wherever I could to scrape together some cash. One night I'm eating dinner at this little restaurant just outside of Madrid. I go to pay and realize I spent the last of my money on booze the night before. I'm in the middle of ditching when the manager catches me and puts me to work in the kitchen. Long story short, they ended up liking me so much they offered me a job. Why not, right? Started living with some distant relatives on my mom's side. Over the course of 2 years, I worked my way up from busboy to sous chef. Learned a lot. Craig and I wait for the punchline. What night watchman did he swindle to get back to the States? Who did he con in a game of poker in the back room of a speakeasy for safe passage in the crew quarters of a cargo ship? Gustavo. ... Anyway, I still love to cook. I don't know what's real anymore, but this food's so good I kinda don't care. That's amazing. It really is. To be totally honest, I wasn't exactly expecting gourmet cooking here, especially not served on paper plates. I don't care about presentation. If the food is good, it should speak for itself. This ossobuco is screaming for itself. And paper plates are just as good as regular plates if you double them up. Hey, is it bad if I ask for seconds? Help yourself, but save room for dessert. I made lemon berry savarin?
Oh.
Well, aren't you just full of Craig looks over at me.
Nice.
Surprises? Robert winks. You bet I am. You can come over for dinner anytime. Craig. I'm gonna go get seconds. After consuming way more ossobuco than my body could handle and then really ensuring a later food coma, I'm trying to read too fast. With a generous serving of whatever Savarin was, Craig and I decided to head out. Thanks for coming. I'm making an attempt to be more social. Well, we're always happy to stop by if you want company. Especially if there's ossobuco involved.
Welcome. You've got dads.
I don't like the fact that he extended the offer to Craig anytime, but not me. Although that date was a little lackluster. We'll send Damien a message. Damien seemed really interesting, a little odd, but interesting. I think I should hang out with him to get to know him a little better. I navigate to Damien's dad book page and type out a message. Hey dude, you seem cool. We should hang out sometime. I sit there for a minute before I see that Damien's typing. But then he keeps typing. And typing. Man, is this guy writing a novel? I leave the computer to make some coffee. And he's still typing. I sip my coffee and the computer finally dings. Gustavo, I must confess my excitement to be receiving your kind letter, for as you see, I do find myself available to enjoy your company. I must ask for your forgiveness, however, as I believe our first meeting did not paint me in as gentlemanly a manner as I would have liked. Oh, whoa, there's more. I would be highly flattered to enjoy your companionship at my residence for an afternoon tea and a stroll around my garden, should it please you. Till then, adieu. Yours humbled, D. Bloodmarch. I stare at the screen and reread the letter several more times. Hey, Amanda. Can you help me with something? Dad, for the last time. Ew. I'm not popping your back pimples. That's just wrong. No. Can you interpret this for me? I turn the computer to Amanda and she squints at Damien's message. I just don't understand NetSpeak. Like, is this how you kids communicate with each other now? Oh, totally. This is the hot new thing. See, Dad? Kids got over saying laugh out loud and laugh my ass off or whatever and decided that they needed to do was bring it back to the 1800s. So what do I do? Where's your pen and quill? What? Did you forget to unpack the pen and quill? Dad, how will we address the nobleman in regards to your upcoming debutante ball? Okay, now I know you're messing with me. Father, without a proper chaperone, you'll never end up with a suitor worthy of our land. Or our dowry. Or... So you read Pride and Prejudice for school one time, and now you're reciting things you know about it back to me, aren't you? Like the first 5 pages, then I read a review of the movie. Still got a B, though. Great. So what do I say to Damien? I got this. Amanda reaches over me and types on the keyboard. Sure thing, dude. Regards.
Alright.
Gustavo. Well, I suppose that's that. Alright, give me a second before we do this. Okay. Okay. Forget mysterious and ruggedly handsome. I make the short walk over to Damien's house. Well, I guess you can't really call it a house. It's more of a manor, estate. The Gothic architecture looms over the other homes in the cul-de-sac. I walk past a couple of gargoyles guarding the front door and look around for a doorbell. There doesn't seem to be one. I pull the large, ornately carved bat's head door knocker back, and a hollow sound echoes throughout the house as I strike it against the door. I wait several moments before the door slowly creaks open. It's a little creepy, but I enter the home and take a few steps into the foyer, noting the oil portraits of who I assume are dead relatives hanging on the wall. As I'm admiring them, the front door slams shut behind me. Hello? Silence. An oil lamp in the corner flickers dimly, casting ominous shadows against the wall. Why do I feel like all the people in these paintings are staring straight at me? Why is it so cold in here? Where's Damien? Gustavo, pleasure to have you in my home. I look up and see Damien standing at the top of a majestic staircase with a walking candle holder. What's with the doors slamming shut? Oh, sorry, there was a draft. And the door creaking open when I knocked? I accidentally left the door unlocked. And the creepy oil paintings? I like oil paintings. Right. Right. Please, let me show you around. Okay. Damien leads me around his house, showcasing his parlor, sitting room, auxiliary sitting room, and the parlor again for some reason. This is one of the older homes on the block, yes, but nowhere near as old as the architecture might suggest. Through extensive renovations, I've been able to craft a residence that is both historically accurate to the Victorian period and equipped with the amenities of any modern dwelling. We walk past a door covered in bumper stickers, caution tape, and a black parade poster. Did they listen to My Chemical Romance in the Victorian era? That's my son's room. You know how the rebellious teenage years are. Onward, onward, there's more to see. We reach a door at the end of the hall that Damien opens with a flourish. And this is the library. Sunlight streams in from floor-to-ceiling arched windows. The walls are lined with packed bookshelves and even more books are scattered over the period-appropriate furniture. Damien is clearly really proud of this room. Of course, we're looking at the butterflies. I walk up to the glass display of pinned bugs on the wall. It's pretty impressive. Nice bugs. I pinned them all myself. Maybe I could show you how sometime. I'm concerned I would stick the pin right through my finger. Ah, the pinner's gambit. Is that a thing? No. Look out the window. Pick up a book. That's enough of the tour. Pick up a book. You know, Gustavo, in the Victorian era there was some controversy surrounding reading. Many people thought the more tawdry novels would encourage youths into a life of crime and would cause too much of a distraction from work and school. I pull out a book at random and examine the worn cover. Opening it, I turn to a random page and read aloud. What in the world? Alright. Naruto struggled against the change that Sasuke had bound him with. Shirtless and out of breath, he looked up at Sasuke. Sasuke smirked, unbuttoning his ninja pants. Okay, I think that's enough. Damien snaps the book shut and puts it back under the shelf. That's a rare book from my private collection. Right? What are ninja pants? I walk to the window and I'm greeted by a beautiful view of Damien's backyard. It showcases a beautiful view of the rest of the cul-de-sac. Hey, I can see Craig on his lawn. He's doing push-ups with his daughters on his back. Damn. He sees me and waves happily, doing push-ups with one hand now. Damn. Did you know the Victorians spent at least 20 hours a week gazing longingly out of full-length windows? Wait, really? No, but Victorians did appreciate telling a good joke. Please, will you join me for tea? I follow Damien to his sitting room, where finger foods have already been set out upon a beautiful tiered silver tray. I take a seat on one of the high-backed chairs as Damien pours and serves me some tea. I can't believe we're having a high tea. I never thought I'd get to do this. Damien smiles to himself. What?
Oh!
It's a common misconception that high tea refers to the wealth or class of the people enjoying it, when in fact the high refers to both the latter time of day that the working class had to enjoy tea and the height of the tables on which they're served. Oh. My dear friend, we're currently enjoying afternoon tea. That's informative. Damien takes a seat next to me and serves me a tiny sandwich. Your home is really impressive. Are there a lot of goths in Maple Bay? I like your cape. Your home is really impressive, or I like your cape. No! We're not doing two. Oh, wow. It seems like you've really put a lot of work into this place. Thank you. No one's ever complimented my home before. Hell, I can barely get matching salt and pepper shakers at my place. And look at what you've done. I'm kind of jealous. That's very generous of you to say. Starting to have trouble getting my mouth to actually make words. What got you so interested in goth stuff?
Oh.
Well, when I was a young boy, my father... Did he take you into the city? Sorry? Haha, did you guys see a marching band? I'm afraid I don't understand. You're serious? Of course. But it's, you know, the song. Amanda made me listen to it. Seriously? I'd love to see a marching band. Nevertheless, I've always had a love for art, history, and fashion. What started off as a small hobby of collecting taxidermied animals grew into sort of an obsession. It's a privilege to be able to appreciate the lives and culture of those who came before us, I think. Why not go all the way? I like not dying when I catch a cold. He takes a sip of tea. I can acknowledge that there were many very terrible things about the Victorian era, and to try to live a life that strictly aligns with those ideals would be admittedly horrid. But I think it takes a critical mind to truly appreciate something to the fullest, to be cognizant of its flaws and love it all the same. Tell me, Gustavo, do you have any hobbies? Oh man, I do, but I don't know if I care about anything the way you care about this stuff. Well, I'd love to hear about your interests. Hearing someone talk about the things they're passionate about is intriguing, and quite honestly, rather attractive. Please, do tell me about your hobbies. Quick, sounds sophisticated. Oh, Lord. I think this game is just, like, designed to make me fail. Soap is an important advancement in modern society. Getting rid of germs and stuff. I would say that the people who make soap are the true heroes here. To watch them work is an honor. I tried making some with Amanda once, and we both had to go to the doctor for the rashes, which I guess goes to show that we should leave it to the professionals. We finished our tea and finger sandwiches. Come, I have one more thing to show you. Damien takes me around the back of his home where a variety of flowers flourish in beautifully landscaped rows. A small stone path weaves through it and butterflies flit lazily through the air. My garden. It's beautiful. Thank you.
Oh.
Victorians took flowers and floral arrangements very seriously. You see, it was considered uncouth to discuss personal and romantic relationships in public, so lovers and friends alike would use bouquets to send secret messages to each other. Each flower and plant is symbolic of different feelings. Even more interesting is that one flower could mean different things depending on the other plants it was paired with. One had to be extremely careful, as even the style in which the ribbon was tied around the bouquet affected the message. It is. Damien leans down and plucks a gorgeous bright orange flower off of a vine. Lilium bulbiferum? The orange lily? What do you think this one means? My loins are ablaze. Thou art the tightest. 3 cheers for sweet revenge. I mean, white lilies are for, like, funerals and Easter. Orange lilies, I'm gonna say, are my loins are ablaze. Oh no! Wow! And that's precisely why floral arrangement is so challenging. I wouldn't... If I think of hatred and flowers, I wouldn't think of lilies. I like lilies. What's your favorite type of flower? He would probably like it if I said snapdragons. But I would... Of course, my first thought's gonna be sunflowers. Honeysuckle smells really nice, though. Hey. How are you? I should have messaged you when I started, but I figured you'd probably see the notification, and if you weren't busy, you'd pop in. But I know you do lots of family stuff on the weekends, too. Isabel's been showing me videos of people trying to rescue the turtles down there. It's so sad. I haven't really done anything aside from like sleeping too late yesterday and running errands and like cleaning and stuff. I put myself into a really funky mood Friday, so it's supposed to snow more here tomorrow. I had to check the weather and see like when it's supposed to start and how much we're supposed to get. I swear it's just never ending. Like Friday afternoon before I went to work, like I spent the entire time after I got up, like doing housework and laundry and whatnot, thinking that if I got it all done Friday, then I'd be able to just kind of relax yesterday and today, but it never works out that way. I spent half of the afternoon like doing dishes and laundry again. Oh, yeah, and yesterday I had to friggin' shovel. I didn't feel like shoveling at like 5 in the morning when I got home Saturday morning, so I had to do it in the afternoon when I woke up before it got dark out. Is it starting to like warm up at all down there? I'm gonna have to go back to your Steam profile because I'm an ass and never downloaded those mods. I need to do that so that we can play Left 4 Dead again. Oh, that's good. Did all the snow melt then? When do you think you'll get back to work? And actually, are you gonna have like more work because people's roofs have been damaged? gas shortage too? Is that just because of the power outages? Or no, probably because they can't get like fuel to the stations. I didn't get hearts or eggplants or anything, but he didn't dislike sunflowers. It's shaping up to be a good year for you, though. I couldn't have said it better myself. That's definitely the mood. Alright, I'm gonna read while you guys chat. I follow Damien down the footpath and admire more of his beautiful flowers. Suddenly, a phone rings. Oh, Gustavo, will you excuse me? I must take this. He pulls the cell phone out of his pocket. I'm a little surprised it's not a rotary phone. Go for it. Damien smiles and walks back to the house. I take a deep breath and enjoy the heavily perfumed air. What a lovely yard. This makes me wish I had put a little more effort into that garden Amanda and I tried to start one time. Our watermelons grew to the size of cherry tomatoes and then immediately died. Oh hey, a gargoyle. Oh no, I knocked over the gargoyle.
Fix that guard.
Be generous and kind to everyone. What? Fix it? Oh. Okay, nope. Okay, I think that's the head. Nope. I'm fucked. Is that right side up?
Goal!
Oh. Liquor before beer. What? I thought it said beef, but it had to say beer. Whew, that was a close one. Uh-oh, here comes Damien. He looks upset.
Ah!
Gustavo, my sincerest apologies to have kept you waiting. There's an urgent matter that I must attend to, so I'm afraid I must take my leave. No problem, dude. Everything alright? Damien worries the hem of his coat with his fingers and looks away. Everything is perfectly fine, but it's Lucien. Lucien? Lucien? I don't know. What's wrong? He appears to have, well, his teacher needs me to come to the high school. Post haste. You need help? Oh no, you don't have to. Let me come with you. Us dads gotta stick together. You're right. This is one of Lucian's more elaborate stunts. I would greatly treasure having another parent by my side. Let's go. Hugo. Damien and I walk into the school and are immediately greeted by an anxious-looking Hugo. Hey, Damien, you're here in record time. I wouldn't miss it for the world, dear friend. Wow, whatever it is, it doesn't seem like this is Hugo and Damien's first time to the My Kids Are in Trouble rodeo.
Huh.
What is it this time? This, Damien, you have to see to believe. Damien and I fall into step behind Hugo, who leads us through the busy corridors of the school. We pass by several classes in session, and I vaguely wonder if Amanda's around. Hugo eventually ushers us into a small boiler room with a flight of rickety stairs leading down into darkness. Watch your step. I can hear faint voices drifting up from the basement, and they don't sound happy. As I'm led into the depths of the school, I recall the antics I got into as an angsty middle schooler. At least I had enough sense to stay out of creepy basements. We find another teacher in a boiler room tucked away in the back of the basement. With him are Lucien and Ernest, Hugo's son. Lucien has a bloody nose. Thanks for coming. I can't make heads or tails of this. I look around the scene of the crime and see a bunch of bricks and some masonry tools scattered around. What happened here? Ernest punched me. Lucien tried to kill me.
What?
The room falls silent. I was not trying to kill you, dumbass. I was just trying to build a brick wall around you and see what would happen. You promised me there was wine down here. You tricked me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait a second. Lucien, did you try to cask of Amontillado, Ernest? I'm neither confirming nor denying that. I turn to Damien and whisper to him. What's a cask of Amontillado? It's a classic Edgar Allan Poe short story where a man gets his enemy drunk, lures him down to his cellar with the promise of wine of a fine vintage, then buries him alive behind a brick wall. It's a lovely story. So wait, Lucien, you tried to do that to him? I was curious to see how it would turn out. I wasn't actually going to leave him there. What was the thought process here? That Ernest was just going to sit still while you slowly built a tomb around him? Well, it worked for like 20 minutes because he's an idiot, but then he realized that I had lied about the wine. And you were cackling maniacally. That sort of tipped me off. Ernest, 20 minutes? Dad,
Huh?
it took you 20 minutes. Son, we just did an entire 2-week unit on the cask of Amontillado, and it took you 20 minutes to realize Lucian was leading you into an elaborate ruse? Did you even read the story? I read the first 5 pages and then read a review of the movie.
Sweet Manchego.
It's only 5 pages long, and there is no movie. Yeah, you're right. I paid Lucian to read it for me.
I don't know.
Actually, he didn't even pay me, so when you think about it, this was me teaching him a lesson. Damien and Hugo both have their heads in their hands. You guys are always telling me to engage in the literature, and I did. I don't see a problem here. Alright. I'm filing this under what the hell. Don't do whatever that was again. You two are both suspended for a week. Ernest and Lucian high five. The teacher starts to stomp up the stairs. Hugo, I'll cover your class. Take your son home. Mr. Bloodmarch, you too. Thank you for your mediation. We all head up the stairs and out of the school in tense silence. Lucian, Damien, and I all pile into my car and begin the drive home. Lucian immediately puts his hood up and stares out the window angrily. I'm not going to therapy again. I know, son. It's entirely up to you whether or not you want to go. But I care about you and I can see that you're struggling. So if you do decide that you'd like to speak to a professional about your feelings, we can do that too. Maybe you can spend this next week looking for a summer job. I know how much you want your own car. I can't believe Damien's keeping his cool. I'm impressed. Fine. Thanks for not freaking out too hard. I love you, son. Lucian continues staring out of the window. Love you too. We spend the rest of the drive in relative silence. The moment we pull into the driveway, Lucian hops out of the car, slams the door, and runs inside. I didn't expect to have that conversation in front of you. He and I have a lot we need to work out. It's alright, and all things considered, Lucian's bricklaying was pretty good. So there's your silver lining. There is that, yes. He's probably just going through a phase. I really admire how you handled that. Does this kind of thing happen a lot? You were a lot more diplomatic with him than I would have been. I just want what's best for him, and I don't think yelling at him would do either of us any favors. It rarely does. You're a good dad. Aww. See you around soon? It would be my honor and my pleasure. Damien bows with a flourish. Classy. We're gonna date all the dads, but I think Damien went much better than the Robert date. Alright, I'll see where this is heading, and then I'm probably gonna call it, because it had to have been at least 2 hours by now, if not longer. I come home to find Amanda curled up on the couch with a blanket watching TV. I plop down next to her. Yo, what you watching?
Yeah.
Tiny House Hunting Brothers, Extreme Edition. Ugh, I hate this show. The couple on screen bickers back and forth while standing in an extremely small house made out of recycled bottles. The Tiny House Hunting Brothers watch them with bemused expressions, both of their heads touching the low ceiling. I told you I wanted a 2-bed, 2-bath, shabby chic cottage. This house doesn't even have a bathroom. But honey, the outhouse is only 20 yards away. It's not that bad. I am not pooping outside, Greg. Why don't they just get a regular-sized house? I don't know. Fun fact, when I was little, my grandparents, the house that they lived in, they had an outhouse. And I was terrified that a spider would crawl up out of it and, like, get on me. How'd afternoon tea go? It got strange. We had to go to the school to pick up Lucian since he tried to... He lured Ernest down to the cellar with the promise of a fine vintage and then tried to brick him into the wall, right? How did you know that? Has everyone read the story except for me? Lucian live-streamed the entire thing. This entire day is beyond me. But otherwise, it was a fun day. That Damien guy's a character, but he's really good company and a surprisingly diplomatic dad. I dig his style. You know what? Me too. If you're parking uphill, be sure to turn your tires towards the street. Date complete.
That was the jammiest bits of jam. I'm not quite sure what that one means.
Another A.
I read it in an article once about
I
the
feel like
Victorian
this one
era.
went better than the other one, though. I couldn't hear what it was saying.
Welcome. You've got Dads.
Craig! I know the game wants us to be together. Hello, Amanda's dad. It's me, your friend Craig, who loves sports. I have nice and smart children who are good at computers. Why do I think this isn't him? Oh man, great to hear from you, buddy. What's up? I'm still... Strong? I'm strong. Huh, don't I know it. Say, I've been reading up about whey protein. You use that at all? I figure it'd help me develop a bit more muscle. Yes, I know what that is. My children are having a tea party and they wanted to invite Amanda, but we can't find her on here. You are also invited. Physical invitation to follow. This has to be one of his kids. Cool, I'd love to come. I'll let Amanda know. Thank you, Amanda's dad. What you do when you don't have to will determine where you'll be when you can't help it. Stand up for yourself. God, why? I didn't get to read the end. Coffee time. You know dads love coffee. Gonna brew myself something black as midnight on a moonless night. I put on a fresh pot and work on a few word jumbles while I wait for it to brew. Hey, this one spells sorrow. Dad, ready for today? I'm ready for every day, sweetie. Gotta tackle it head on. No, are you ready for the thing that we're gonna do today? The thing that you promised you'd do? Honey, I already told you that I'm not gonna throw away my Tom Clancy novels. They're just stacked in the living room. I keep bumping into them and knocking them over, and you don't even read them. Wait, no, that's not what I'm here about. The tea party, Dad. Nope, I don't remember that. Craig's kids? That hand-drawn invitation? Amanda walks over to the refrigerator and comes back with a hand-drawn invitation on a sheet of computer paper inviting Amanda and Amanda's dad to a tea party. They spelled cordially wrong. Just put on some going outside pants and let's get going. I can go outside in sweatpants. Nothing's stopping me. Dad, just... Ugh, I'll see you in a minute. Put on going outside pants or fuck authority. We'll humor our daughter and put on outside pants.
Eh?
Briar. Oh, they're pretty names. Hello, thank you for coming to our tea party. I do my best to bow and present my daughter, who thanks them with a courtesy. Hazel, this way, please. My grandmother's name is Hazel. Briar and Hazel lead us to a small table with tiny chairs. Some are occupied by stuffed animals, and Matt and his daughter, Carmencita, are here too. We're gonna have to go out with Matt next. Matt raises a comically small plastic teacup at me. Hey dude, how's the tea?
Hey,
The imaginary tea is absolutely wonderful. I taste a hint of lemongrass. Hello, Carmencita. Hello, Mr. Amanda's dad. Please have a seat. I sit down between Amanda and Matt. I don't think I'm going to be able to get out of this chair.
hey.
Hi, everyone.
Ah.
I turn to see Daisy and Brian enter into the backyard and take a seat next to us. Sorry we're late. Daisy made me put on my going outside pants. See, Amanda? Amanda gives me a knowing look and I return an obliging wink. She rolls her eyes. Is that really something your daughter had to pressure you into, Brian? I give Amanda another even more exaggerated wink. She rolls her eyes even harder. Thank you all for taking the time out of your busy schedules for some high tea. Actually, it's a common misconception that high tea was appreciated by nobles. Dad, shut up. Now if you all put on your designated tiaras. There are little tiaras sitting on everyone's plates. Wow, except for Brian's. His is a softball helmet. Oh, we ran out of tiaras.
Ah.
I don't think this is gonna fit me, but I appreciate the thought. Dad, you're royalty. Please act like it.
Whoa.
Brian tries to balance the ill-fitting softball helmet on top of his head, but it immediately tumbles off and into the bushes. I'll get that later. Hey, everybody. Craig comes out with a teapot and a tray of sandwich cookies. Dad, is the tea ready? Yeah, it's been, steeping for a while now. Awesome. Would you girls like to serve your guests tea? No, thank you. We'd much appreciate our servants' help. Craig leans over to me. That's me. Craig places teacups in front of all of us and a single sandwich cookie onto each of our plates. He pours some tea into my cup. Awfully fluorescent for tea. I click my teacup with Matt's and take a sip. Good lemonade. It's tea.
Oh.
Right. Very good tea. I lean over to Amanda, who's happily enjoying her tea. So, what do we do at tea parties? We enjoy the splendors of upper-class society, Father. She takes a dainty bite of her sandwich cookie. Marvelous. So the meeting of princesses has been called to order. Hear, hear. But I'm a warrior princess. I hunt and stuff, and I have, like, a really cool sword. Can I be a space princess? I'll allow it. And I'll be a rock star princess. I'm also a space princess. Can there be more than one? Space is pretty big, don't you think? I changed my mind. I want to be a space princess, too. Dad, what are you? Do I get to be a princess? Duh. Well, I guess that makes me... Oh, I'm gonna have to be History Channel princess. I am ruler of all I survey, and what I survey is a 10-hour marathon of Cupcake Storage Wars. I don't think I've seen that one. A squad of professional bakers bid on empty storage units and then have to bake 1,000 cupcakes using only the ingredients in the storage unit. That sounds terrible. Oh, it is.
Hey.
I think I'll be landscaper and general contracting princess.
Hey.
Barista princess reporting for duty.
Dude.
Hey everybody, CrossFit princess here. Not now, servant.
Oh.
If it weren't for the princess uprising, it would be you serving me. We sip tea for a little longer and then the girls run off to fight dinosaurs as space rockstar warrior princesses, I think. They grow up so fast. It was like yesterday that I was helping Amanda throw her own tea parties.
Mm-hmm.
Did she make you a servant too? You betcha. Carmencita made me actually brew tea for hers. Pitfalls of owning a coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
Pitfall? Your custom blends are amazing. The hibiscus one you gave me a while back was choice. Aw, thanks.
Hey.
It's really nice that the girls are getting along. Yeah, I'm really glad we moved into this community. We are too. Amanda's been kind of a role model to them, you know. I hadn't even realized, and I don't even know if Amanda does either, but I guess they're right. All of the girls in the neighborhood look up to her. She seems to go out of her way to play with them. I'm so proud of her. You better not proud dad cry at this party, Gustavo. I brought extra word jumbles if anyone wants to kill some time while the girls play. The day rolls on and the girls get all tuckered out. Amanda spends the whole day playing with them and taking their pictures, promising that she'll send them the best ones later. We all clean up and help put away the tea sets and tables, then head out as Daisy and Carmencita fall asleep on their dad's shoulders.
Oh.
Take care, guys. Thanks for coming. Bye, History Channel princess. You want dinner? Nah, I filled up on cookies. Me too. I'm tired. Dude, same. Playing with a bunch of little kids who all simultaneously want your attention and approval is surprisingly exhausting. But in a good way, but also in a kind of scary way. How so? I feel like I gotta be on my best behavior for them. I don't want to let them down. Is this because you still feel bad about dropping the F-bomb in front of your cousin that one time?
Hey.
I corrupted her, Dad. She secondhand smokes now. Well, those kids really look up to you. I'm glad they have you as a role model. Shucks, Pops. I ruffle Amanda's hair. Drink a full glass of water in the morning to wake
You've
up.
got dads.
Should we message another dad and then put it on hold until next weekend? Like the Damien date wasn't that long, but I feel like the Robert one was long. Put it on hold now? Okay. How do I... Oh, there we go. Okay. So we'll save. And next weekend, we shall date more dads. Next weekend we'll go for either Matt and Craig or Matt and Hugo. We'll do... I don't even know if you can date Joseph. He's married. We'll leave him for last, even though I don't even really think I want to date Brian. We're gonna do it just for giggles, just to see what happens. No, I'm really kind of disappointed in that date. That really, I don't know. He might be a little too uncouth for me. And that's saying a lot, because I'm not a classy chick. So far, Damien's in the lead, definitely. Why skip Hugo? What's wrong with Hugo? Stand that 1970s stash. Oh, I kind of like it. It works for him. Normally I don't, but... I don't know. Maybe I'll play that one by myself. Just so I know what happens, but you don't have to watch it if you don't want to. And you can't stand the stash, but you can deal with friggin' Brian's Grizzly Adams leprechaun beard. Alright, bye. Thank you for watching.